I believe another possible thing that happened is that when Thomas and I moved back, and he said to them, the cops, I was abused in care and I got 30 grand, that it was easy for all of the cops to go, you weren't abused in care. You got the money, but you weren't abused in care. But they don't know. They weren't cops at the time. So you know what they're doing? We'll let this private citizen figure it out. And have your mother or you go, it's true, we were never abused, you got us. And they're a bunch of know-it-alls who think they know it all. That's what makes them a know-it-all. To become a know-it-all, you have to think you know it all. Don't twist this around and go, well, he knows it all. He's a know-it-all. No, do you know what a know-it-all is? A know-it-all is someone who walks around thinking they know it all, but they don't know it all. That's what we're fucking dealing with, and the cops can't fucking stop them. The cops go, there's nothing that we can do. So I gotta deal with a know-it-all on the internet for the rest of my life and have them, and they're never gonna stop because they're always going to believe that they're right, because that's what fucking makes them know-it-alls. Is that what I'm dealing with for the rest of my life? That sounds fun. That sounds like a rewarding life. Meanwhile, I had all these taken down because, first of all, I started to learn that my mother here, that she could feel guilty for having me and my sister put in care. I think if it wasn't coming down here and meeting this kid that also lived in care, who lived with Dave Fagan too, and then I look at him, and that's what I learned from that whole picture. So because I learned that, I said, this guy, he deserves $10. Go buy yourself some Pepsi. And that's what I did. I never would have done it, but I didn't learn that. I said it's worth it. Plus, the majority of us who aged out of care, the majority of us, not the minority. I had the cops, when my mom got 6 stitches in the head, I had the cops go, it's not the majority, it's the minority. And I looked at them and I thought, and I even said, so you think I'm complaining for fuck all, that the system is not even that bad. That's why the cop said, it's not the majority, it's not most, it's just the little. It's not the that's what he said, it's not the minority, it's the majority. If that was the case, there would have never been a Canada Court Watch. There would have maybe been the 60 Scoop in the residential school and the Every Child Matters. There still would have been that, because remember, they took a child away from mom and dad, and then back then they used the churches. It was a special program. Look at, take a child away from mom and dad, but if you weren't white, like me, and you were Indigenous, First Nation, where you can't deny that they're Native. And then what they would do back then is they would take the child away from mom and dad, but then they would put you with the churches. It was a special program, and it was to kill the Indian within them. They thought they were saving Canada, just like the Jews thought that they were saving, but they were wrong. They admit that they thought it was a good idea to kill the Indian within, to kill the Jews in Germany. You had Hitler and the Jews there in Germany, and then this is what you have going on here in Canada, is the natives dealing with it, and they just didn't put them in the concentration camps and killed them like they did to the Jews, but they did something most similar, And that now there's more Indigenous kids in care now than before. So this whole system is fucking broken. When I age out of care and I have my experience, and then I hear that I got a sister and she was adopted, and I never got adopted, but she did. And then you learn that the majority don't get adopted. And then she got adopted by not the best couple. They didn't do a good enough job even looking for, they just had somebody already, a fucking farm, and they had their own kids too. That I go, I'm being robbed of this advocacy family that we could have. But now that I just want to give it all up because I realize I can't twist people's arms and become this advocacy family that I want. I can't twist people's arms, but I thought I could get all this stuff down, and I got it all down. But then I had this person who's willing to plug up a system that's meant to protect kids just to, for whatever the fucking reason is. He doesn't have a good fucking reason. He doesn't have a good fucking reason, He doesn't have a good fucking reason. The only good fucking reason would be is to put this up to protect kids. But if there's no kid, this is a fucking witch hunt that the cops and everyone is doing this. You're not one. But then turn around, we don't know if you're not one though. So you mean I'm not like every other person out there? I mean, this would be wrong to do to anybody else. I put up with a lot in this world, eh? I put up with a lot of shit that most people don't. All just for fucking no reason at all. You know that? And I only went into care not because my mother was too busy hustling and doing drugs. No, I'm old enough now to know the truth and learn the truth. And the truth is that she fell back on what her mother did. And that is a lot like the 60s scoop. And Connie even agreed with me. I bet you guys all thought since they're taking a break and they're stopping that I'm going to stop. That's what you guys probably thought. Why is he making more videos? They stopped. They didn't stop. Stop would mean taking them all down. I mean, it's not like it's fucking needed. And then from there, we send Google a letter. And Google takes down all mine. Are you kidding me? You need my password? So you mean to tell me that if I uploaded enough videos on this account using this new phone that I could break it and I don't know the password? Is that what we're dealing with? This is unfair. This is so unfair. No, you're not one. So? You're not one, so? Turn around. We don't know if you're not one. Is that why the Timmins police is allowing a community know-it-all to do this to me? And this is what I have to put up with in my adult life. Going forward for the rest of my life. And then I only went into fucking care because my mother fell back on what her mother did. And it wasn't even because of drugs. Do you understand how that's, whoa, wow, that's shocking. That this right here is fucking serious. I mean, in Timmins, I think that most people just do this. Every child matters. Oh, that's just like, look at, we accept gays and we accept natives. And they think that's just the race thing. You get so confused too because it's orange and then the little thing. I mean, we need a little thing that says children's aid still corrupt. A little, and it's small and it's like fine print. You know, like right fucking here. That says children's aid still corrupt. So then people know that that's not just the race. That's not like, look at, you walk into your bank and you see, and every child matters. This is how they want it. Okay, so it doesn't seem like children's aid. They want you to walk into your bank and see LGBT. Okay, yeah, we're open to that, LGBT. And then you see Black Lives Matter, black people. Yeah. And then, every child matters. The natives too. And that's all they want that to be about. That's all they want. They want you to walk into a bank and to see rainbow? Yeah. Black Lives Matter? Black people. Every child matters? The natives. And just the idea that we accept everyone in our business corporation. And that's all they want this to be about. But it's about a lot more than just walk into a fucking bank and that's what bothers me. That's why I'm glad that my own bank TD took it down. Because if you're not going to do it right, then fucking take it down. Take it the fuck down. It fucking makes me miserable. I walk into my bank trying not to think about foster care. I mean, it's not the natives' fault. I'm just a guy trying to avoid triggers, and then I see Every Child Matters. It reminds me of my own experiences in care and Lucy and how I want that, but I can't twist their arms, so I'll just take them all down, and then, oh, this guy wants to do this to me? I mean, I bet you it's a bigger deal what I did in the past 10 years, all my advocacy, than what they're doing to me in one video. For everyone. And I caused a lot of people stress in the past 10 years with my videos. But you think, Mom, you probably think, the person who's making the videos, you probably think that it's all my mom's fault for why I went into care. That when my mom stands and she says, I had my kids in care, and it's my fault, and I take full responsibility, that you all want to jump and go, so it's not Lucy. It's not Lucy's fault. I mean, you didn't fall back on what she did. No. It's your fault. So I can't talk about my experiences because in care and prior to and while in care and jump on that bandwagon. You get it? Jump on the bandwagon of, I want to jump on the fucking bandwagon too, the bandwagon of children's aid's corrupt. Children's aid's corrupt. Children's aid's corrupt. I want to jump on that fucking bandwagon too. When I'm asked, did you go to Canada's Wonderland when you were a kid? Yes. And were you in care? Yes. That's what I want. But you're trying to fucking take that away from me, all because, well, it's your mom's fault. You can't talk because it's your mom's fault you went into care. Are you fucking kidding me? This is a video for the cops. Do you agree with that shit? You're enforcing feelings now, not law, feelings. You're enforcing feelings now. You're not the fucking feelings officer. You're the law enforcement officer. Because I bet you deep down that's the first thing that's going on. You can't talk about your experiences. It's your mom's own fault. That's not how this fucking works. Imagine if my mom would have passed away a couple years after I even entered care. That means I would have been like a few other people that I know who aged out without any mom or dad. One bumped into their brother. That's not much. To age out, not have a mom, dad, anybody else, and then be able to say, but I bumped into my brother. I mean, that's how we are, eh, Crown Wards? We just keep being positive and resilient. We're always positive and resilient. That you could have a guy age out and not have his mom, his dad, anybody else. Mom passed away, dad's where dad is. Nobody else. But he could bump into his brother and he can go, no, but I bumped into my brother. And he could be all positive, and this could all go down. But because the cops don't know if I'm not one,